Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel Calculus and Mathematics Learning. In the previous video, we proved a formula for the quotient rule of differentiation related with exercise number 2.3. In today's video, I am going to solve question number 2 of exercise number 2.3 related to chapter number 2 differentiation, second year mathematics. So in today's video, I will solve question number 2 related with the topic quotient rule of differentiation. There are total 8 parts in question number 2. So let's move toward part number. Question tells that use quotient rule to find out the derivative of the following functions. Part A is a function y is equal to 3x minus 5 divided by x minus 4. Let's suppose this is first function f of x. And after this, let's suppose this is second function g of x. So we learned a formula in the previous video that dy by dx for the quotient rule will be equal to the second function g of x and derivative of the first function f prime of x and minus f of x and derivative of the second function, and derivative of this function g of x will become g prime of x divided by g of x whole square. Using this formula and get the required result. So taking the derivative on the both sides, it becomes dy by dx will be equal to the second function g of x. Putting in the formula, multiply f prime of x means the derivative of this function. Derivative of 5 is 0 because this is a constant, and the derivative of x is 1. So 1 multiplied 3 gives us a value 3. And after this, minus time of f of x. So f of x is 3x minus 5 multiply derivative of g of x. So the derivative of 4 is 0 and the derivative of x is 1. And whole divided by g of x whole square. G of x is x minus 4 whole square. By simplification, it becomes 3x minus 12 minus 3x and plus 5 divided by x minus 4 whole square. 3x is cancelled out with negative 3x. We are left with minus 12 plus 5. So it will give us 5 and minus 7 and divided by x minus 4 whole square. So this is the required derivative for the part number A. Now move to part number B. It tells that a function given y is equal to 2 divided by 3x minus 5. Using the same formula, let's suppose this is first function f of x and let's suppose this is the second function g of x. Using the formula and get the required result. Dy by dx will be equal to the g of x. G of x is 3x minus 5. Multiply derivative f prime of x means the derivative of a function f of x. So the derivative of a constant 2 is 0. And minus time of f of x is 2, and multiply the derivative of g of x. So the derivative of 5 is 0 and the derivative of 3x is just 3. And divided by g of x whole square. G of x is 3x minus 5 whole square. Now by simplification, this will give us a result 0 and it will give us a value minus 6. And minus 6 divided by 3x minus 5 whole square. So this is the required derivative. Now move to part number C. A function is given f of t is equal to t square plus 1 divided by t minus 1. Here let's suppose f of t is equal to y. So y is equal to t square plus 1 divided by t minus 1. Here the independent variable is t. So that's why we will differentiate both sides with respect to t. So it becomes dy divided by dt. So dy by dt will be d by dt. We will differentiate both sides with respect to t. So d by dt t square plus 1 divided by t minus 1. Now using this formula, second function multiply derivative of the first function. So the derivative of here is 2t and minus time of f of x. So f of x is t square and plus 1. And multiply g prime of x, so the derivative of this function is 1 and whole divided by g of x whole square, this function whole square, t minus 1 whole square. By simplification, it becomes 2t square minus 2t minus t square minus 1 divided by t minus 1 whole square. Now after this, 2t square minus t square gives us a value t square and minus 2t, and after this minus 1 and divided by t minus 1 whole square. Now here we have a formula a minus b whole square. So it becomes t minus 1 whole square because t square plus 1, here it is negative 1. So that's why this is the required result. Now move to part number D. A function is given y is equal to negative x square plus 6x divided by 4x cube plus 1. Let's suppose this is the first function f of x and let's suppose this is second function g of x. Now using the formula, taking the derivative with respect to x on the both sides, it becomes dy by dx is equal to first function g of x, so 4x cube and plus 1. Multiply the derivative of the second function, first function f of f prime of x. So f prime of x will be minus 2x, because here we will take the derivative, so minus 2x and plus 6. And after this, minus sign of f of x, which is minus x square plus 6 and derivative of g prime of x. So the derivative will be 4 multiplied 3 gives us 12 and x square. So 12x square and the derivative of 1 is 0. divided by g of x whole square, so 4x cube and plus 1 whole square. Now by simplification, 4 multiplied 2 gives us minus 8x raised to the power 4. 4 multiplied 6 gives us 24x cube, and after this 1 multiplied negative 2x gives us negative 2x. 1 multiplied 6 gives us 6, and minus minus plus, so it means that 12x raised to the power 4. And after this minus plus, it gives us minus, and 6 multiplied 12 gives us minus 72, and x raised to the power 3. Now divided by 4x cube and plus 1 whole square. Now by simplification, it becomes minus 8x power 4 plus 12x power 4 gives us 4x raised to the power 4, 24x raised to the power 3, and negative 72. So 72 minus 24, it will give us a value 8, and after this 6 minus 2 gives us 4. So it will give us a value minus 48 x raised to the power 3. Why we take minus? Because here 72 is greater and 24 is lesser. So we will take the sign of those number which is greater. So after this, minus 2x and plus 6 and whole divided by 4x cube and plus 1 whole square. So this is the required derivative. Now move to part number E. A function is given y is equal to 5x plus 6 divided by root x. Let's suppose this is first function f of x, and let's suppose this is the second function g of x. Now using the formula and take find the derivative, dy by dx will be equal to the second function g of x, so it means root x multiply f prime of x, so the derivative of 5x plus 6. You know that derivative of 6 is constant, the derivative 0, and 5x derivative is just 5, and minus time of f of x, which is 5x plus and 6, and the derivative of g of x, the g of x is root x, so you know that it is can be written as x power 1 over 2 using generalized power rule, so it becomes 1 over 2 x power, subtract 1 in the power, it becomes minus 1 over 2, so their derivative will be 1 over 2 root of x. So multiplying 1 over 2 root x over here and divided by g of x whole square, so under root of x whole square. Now after this 5 root x, so it becomes 5 root x and minus 5x divided by 2, so it becomes minus 5 divided by 2, and x divided by root x gives us root of x, so minus 5 root x divided by 2. Minus plus 6, so it gives us minus 6 by, so it gives us minus 3 divided by root of x, and whole divided by this will cancel out with this, so we are left with x. Now after this, you can simplify it. Now multiply and divide 2 over here, so 2, and here it becomes just 10. So 10 minus 5 root x, it will give us a value 5 root x and divided by 2, and here we have a minus 3 root x and divided by x. Now after this, we can simplify it by taking LCM 2 root x, so 2 root x, it becomes 5x, and here we are left with root x, and we are left with 2, so it becomes minus 6, and divided by x, multiply x over here, so it becomes 5x minus 6 divided by 2, x root x can be written as x power 3 over 2. So this is the required derivative. Now move to part number f. A function is given y is equal to x square plus 7x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. Let's suppose this is the function g of x and this is the function f of x. Now using the formula, so it becomes dy by dx is equal to, the first function is g of x, so it becomes x minus 2 multiply derivative of f of x, so the derivative is 2x using generalized power rule, so derivative of 7x is 7 and derivative of 2 is 0, and minus time of f of x, which is x square plus 7x minus 2 multiply the derivative of gx, so the derivative over here is just 1, and whole divided by g of x whole square, so x minus 2 whole square. Now multiplying 2x with x, it gives us 2x square, multiply x with 7, it gives us 7x, multiply 2x with 2, it gives us minus 4x, 2 multiply 7 gives us minus 14, here it becomes minus x square minus 7x and plus 2 whole divided by x minus 2 whole square. Now after simplification, 2x square minus x square, it gives us x square, 7x minus 4x, 7x is cancelled out with negative 7x, so we are just left with minus 4x, and after this minus 14 plus 2 gives us a value minus 12 and divided by x minus 2 whole square. Now this is the required derivative. Now move toward part number G of question number 2 of exercise number 2.3. It tells that a function f of p is given, which is equal to 2p plus 3 multiply 4p minus 1 over 3p plus 2. Let's suppose the function f of p is equal to y, which is equal to 2p plus 3 multiply 4p minus 1 divided by 3p plus 2. Here you know that the independent variable is p and the dependent variable is y. So here the independent variable is p, so we will differentiate with respect to p both sides. So differentiate both sides with respect to p, so it becomes dy by dp will be equal to the second function 3p plus 2. Now using the formula over here, this formula, the derivative of this function, first we are going to multiply d by d phi, first we are going to multiply them with each other. So 2p multiply 4p, it will give us 8p square. 2p minus 1 minus 2p and plus 12p, it will give us 10p, and plus 3 minus 1 gives us minus 3. Now after this minus time of this function, so it is 8p square and plus 10 phi and minus 3, and the derivative of this function d by dp of 3p and plus 2, and whole divided by second function whole square, so 3p and plus 2 whole square. Now after this 3p plus 2 multiply the derivative of 8p square is 16 and phi, and the derivative of 10 phi is 10, just 10. So after this 16 phi and plus 10 and minus time of 8 p square plus 10 phi and minus 3, multiply the derivative of 3p plus 2 is just 3, and whole divided by 3 phi and plus 2 whole square. Now after simplification, 3 multiply 16, it gives us a value 48 of p square. 3p multiply 10 gives us a value 30 phi, and 2 multiply 16 gives us a value 32p. 2 multiply 10 gives us 20, and after this minus 8 and multiply 3 gives us minus 24p square. Minus 8 multiply 3 gives us minus 24p square, minus 10p multiply 3 gives us minus 30p, and minus minus gives us plus 3 multiply 3 gives us a value 9, whole divided by 3p plus 2 whole square. Now after simplification, 48p square minus 24p square gives us a value 24p square, and 30p plus 32p. Here 30p and negative 30p are cancelled out with each other. We are just left with 32p. And after this, we are left with 20 plus 9, which gives us a value 29 divided by the second function 3p plus 2 whole square. So this is actually our derivative for the part number G. Now move to the last part of today's lecture, question number 2, part number H. A function is given g of x is equal to x cube plus 1 divided by this function. Let's suppose this is a function f of x. So taking their derivative, the function is, let's suppose f of x, so its derivative is f prime of x, so is equal to the 3x square. Let's suppose this is the first function derivative. Now multiplying this function, so 2 multiply 5, it gives us a 10x square. 2 multiply 2 gives us 4x, and plus 5x, it gives us a 9x, and 1 multiply 2 gives us 2. Let's suppose this function is g of x, so taking their derivative, so g prime of x will be equal to the 20x, and the derivative is plus 9. So this is the derivative of this function. Let's suppose this is f of x, and let's suppose this is a g of x. So now taking the whole derivative using quotient rule, let's suppose this is y. So taking derivative with respect to x, it becomes dy by dx is equal to, using this formula, g of x. So our g of x is, let's suppose this function, which is equal to the 10x square plus 9x and plus 2. And after this, the derivative of f prime of x, which is 3x square, and using the minus sign in between them, and f of x, which is x cube and plus 1. Now after this we have g prime of x, which is 20x and plus 9, so 20x plus 9, whole divided by second function whole square. So this function whole square, which is 10x square plus 9x and plus 2 whole square. Now after simplification, 10 multiply 3 gives us 30x raised to the power 4, 9 multiply 3 gives us 27, x raised to the power 3, 2 multiply 3 gives us 6x square, minus x cube multiply 20 gives us minus 20x raised to the power 4, minus x cube and 9, it gives us minus 9x cube, minus 1 multiply 20, it gives us minus 20x, and minus 1 multiply 9, it will give us a value minus 9, and whole divided by this function whole square, which is 10x square plus 9x and plus 2 whole square. Now after this 30x raised to the power 4 minus 20, it gives us a value 10x raised to the power 4. 27x raised to the power 3 minus 9, it will give us 18x raised to the power 3. And after this 6x square, and there is no pair of them, so it will comes down the same. So 6x square and minus 20x whole divided by 10x square plus 9x and plus 2 whole square. So this is the required derivative for the last part of question number 2. So with this question I finish my lecture. Thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon to receive the upcoming notification about differentiation exercise number 2.3. Thank you.